We were in Forsyth County, Georgia. I've been in a lot of different places. My grandsons are sometimes asking questions about civil rights. And I oftentimes tell them, the Bible is right. There is nothing new under the sun. I told them that I would do this for them. Grandma have a lot of videos. I have papers. I have a lot of different material. This is in Forsyth County when we went back for the second trip with Hosea Williams. God has blessed me to travel the highways and the byways. I was on the committee. I was a board member for the National Anti-Klan Network, which home office was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was on the second bus, I believe it is, that pulled in to Forsyth, Georgia. Earl Shinholster, Dick Gregory, Hosea Williams. It was so many of them. Albert, you're on my Facebook. You were on the bus with me. It was so many of us. Right here you see the GBI. My heart will always love Daryl Adams. I don't care where I was. GBI agent Daryl Adams was always near me. I was a little country girl out of Mableton, Georgia, that for some reason, and I don't know why, God put me in so many places. North Carolina, Georgia, all across the United States. I've traveled for the NAACP, with the SCLC, with good folks. I'm a living testimony. When good white people stand up, they can help racism be brought down. I believe it with my soul. I've seen it happen. I've seen the works. I have a lot of videos that I treasure, that I learned to not loaned out because folks don't return your stuff. This is an original video. As you saw me from the beginning on this video, I was in the front of the line, not way back. We literally interviewed the Klan. Used to be they could cover their faces, but with the many laws that came forth, they had to take them sheets off of the face. A lot of the problem that many are facing in the schools, they're talking about it, especially up north. And I got a grandson up north. His coach did something that I believe was one of the boldest moves that an educator that I know, a white educator, has done. I have the news article of how he spoke out against it. It's just a known fact. I believe when good white people stand up, the system changes. We were in the middle of the Klan. I had my video, and as a matter of fact, that's the last time my video camera worked, because I dropped a part of it because it was hectic at some times, and sometimes it wasn't. had many friends. God knows I've met so many folks. People you see on TV, I've walked with them, met with them, been in boardrooms with them, and worked with them. I've worked with some of the finest people that you would ever want to meet. Both, all races, black, white, Asians, Hispanics. And so I wanted my grandsons to see my video. This video I won't lend out. This one I won't lend out because I don't need it to get torn up. I'm still looking for one of my videos. I mean, to be there was something. I haven't just taught NAACP. I've been a part of the NAACP, the SCLC, the Anti-Klan Network, Fair Housing. I was on all of them's boards. I think one time I was on 34 different boards. In some of the discussions we have had, a lot of the young people say, y'all don't know what racism is all about. And one of my homework assignments was to go and pull this video. My boys was with me, Xenophon and Alan, when we went to Forsyth. They were with me when we marched on Washington. They were with me at the 100 Men. I was standing on the stage normally, and most of the time on program. Right here, where you see the rebel flag, we were in the middle. That's Albert Love right there. We were in the middle of the Klan. They had the hoods, but they could not cover their face. You couldn't cover their face, and that was 30 years ago. We were, it was so many military. I think the whole state of Georgia, law enforcement, was in Forsyth County that Saturday. Now you'll see a clear picture of, now we went right into the middle of here because we wanted to interview, and on my videotape here, I have interviews of people that hated. I learned a lot about hate. When you grow up with it, and when you grow up in homes that they don't like the color of your skin, that they don't like what color you were born. Mississippi Burning is like a movie to someone. But when I see it, it's real. I was able to go to Hogansville and Logansville. We had a church program down there. And I'm going to tell you, one time in my life, I saw a Ku Klux Klansman come out of it by the help of God. That was us. That was Cobb County, Marietta, NAACP. We didn't play. We worked. That was me behind the sign. Those was my boys. They were little boys during that time. We worked. We knew how to peacefully march and move. That's Gary Washington. I was protected. I was with the white gentleman and Gary. They were with another party. They were with the Anti-Klan Network. That's who they were with. I was on that board with them. That's Sarah. That's our group right there. That's Sarah, Gary. I forget his name. That's me right there. And I was also in AACP and with the Anti-Klan Network. I tell you, I asked the Lord now, why did you take me to these places? I was a country little girl that was in the vine. I was a country little girl, knew nothing about stuff like this. But the Lord saw fit to teach me. And I know it was God. I always wondered, and it was my heart's desire. I marched on the streets. I've been at different rallies. I've been all over the United States to places. Mississippi, Anderson, Alabama, Savannah. Been with the Republican Party and the Democratic Party and the Independents. I asked God, what am I learning this for? And one day, I just thought after I got a little education, I went back to school, and I said, God, I've seen what happens up to the courthouse door. I said, teach me what happens behind the courthouse doors after that trial is over with. I wanted to know. I said, God, you got to give me a good teacher. Because it's hard for me to learn. I have to learn by seeing, doing, participating. And in 1999, God put me in the highest trial court. He gave me the best teacher in the nation, in that of Judge James G. Botiford. He did. Now get this. I know God did it. Behind this building is the building that Lynn Turner worked in. Right behind that courthouse right here was the building. And I said, well, so Lord, I sit in only one of her hearings when it was held in Cobb County. God wanted me to know what happens once they're incarcerated, once that sentence is handed down. God blessed me to work in the chaplaincy volunteer department under Dr. Steve Turner, A.G. Debris, A.J., to work up under Dr. Hoynes, to work with Chaplain Tarbert. I've been to Phillips. I've been to many of the 49 prisons in the state of Georgia. People say, aren't you scared? You work in the court. You see sentences. You see cases. Then you go back into the prison and do ministry. That's Alan, my son. That's Chris White over to the side there. All of them was with me. I wanted to learn. I can truly say, and I believe it with my heart, when you find a justice in the court system, no, everybody isn't right in the court system. But I'm going to tell you, I've worked with some of the finest judges. Some cases wouldn't have gotten the leniency that they did get, I believe, if it hadn't been for some of the judges that I've worked among. I wanted my grandchildren. Maybe that's why I saved this tape. Because a day would come like Charlottesville. A day would come like the shooting that took place in the church up in Charlottesville. The day would come that young folks and black young folks would say, there has been no change. There has been change because we worked for change.